Lobo, the physical embodiment of death itself, is one of the greatest villains Dreamworks has ever created. He's strong, fast, cunning, and absolutely terrifying. He has a presence that demands full attention when on screen, and can cause even one of the most fearless heroes ever to run away like a scaredy cat. So today, let's turn this Death Wolf into a D&D monster. An important note before we get started with the stat block is that I have created this monster in a way that closely resembles the character portrayed on screen. He may be the physical embodiment of death, but I've designed him in a way that still allows for an actual encounter to take place. Lobo has an armor class of 17, 77 hit points, and 30 feet of movement, resistance to non-magical attacks, immunity to necrotic and psychic damage, and immune to the following conditions. Lobo has 3 static abilities, his first being Mark of Death. Lobo knows the location of any creature who has died but has been brought back to life due to a spell or ability. He deals an extra 1d12 necrotic damage with his melee attacks to any creature who has previously died. This extra damage dice is equal to each time the creature has died, 1 death being 1d12, 2 deaths being 2d12, and so on and so forth. Then he has Keen Sense, which gives him advantage on perception checks and evasion against those dex saves. Now on to his actions. We have his multi-attack. Lobo makes 3 switch sickle attacks, or 3 twin blade attacks. Lobo can change his weapon as a bonus action. His switch sickle is a melee attack with a +6 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target that does 2d6 plus 3 slashing damage. If he is in twin blade mode, it still has the +6 to hit, but the reach is now 10 feet, with the damage dice being 1d12 plus 3 slashing damage. His last 2 abilities are where he really shines. As an action, Lobo can create a 30-foot radius sphere targeting himself and 1 target creature. The sphere takes the form of a ring of purple fire. All other creatures within the sphere at the time of casting are pushed to the outer boundaries of the sphere. While inside the sphere, Lobo has true sight of 60 feet. The sphere lasts for 10 minutes or until Lobo has dismissed it as an action. No creatures other than Lobo can pass through the sphere from any direction. And lastly, fear death. As an action, Lobo whistles, causing a single target creature within 30 feet to begin to witness flashbacks of their past life. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever it is holding and become frightened for a duration of 1 minute. While frightened in this way, the target is also stunned. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn to save against the stunned condition, but not the frightened condition. Creatures who have previously died or heard Lobo's whistle have a -1d4 to this saving throw. So what would Lobo look like as a model? Well, using Hero Forged, I've made this rendition of the Wolf of Death. It may not look exactly as he does in the film, but I'd be fearful of fighting him on the tabletop nonetheless. For role-playing this antagonist, it's important to note that he is not exactly a villain. His alignment is lawful neutral, and he has nothing against those who do not try to cheat death. He serves only to confront those who attempt to escape it. He is not an assassin either, always making himself known to his targets before attempting to take them down. He will attempt to bring his target to their knees with fear, before then giving them the end they attempted to hide from. Lobo himself cannot actually die, since he himself is death, so if he is ever brought to 0 hit points, he will simply call off his attack and come back for his target another time. If you plan on using Lobo in any of your campaigns or one-shots, I recommend using him sparingly. The more often your characters encounter him, the less fearful of him they'll become. Have your players possibly see his reflection in a mirror or a pool, but when they turn around, he's not there. When a player gets revived, they hear his whistle just before they wake up, and once in a while on cold nights as they dream, they hear that whistle again in their minds. There are many ways you can use Lobo to cause fear to your players, and I'm confident you'll make great memories doing so. If you'd like to access the stat block and model yourself, links can be found in my Patreon on screen and linked down below in the description. If you'd like to see Iron Mouse as a D&D monster, click here.